Hey there. So happy May the 4th. So to celebrate, I thought we would take a look at this book here. So this is a Star Wars Purge one shot, and this was from Dark Horse Comics back in 2005. So it's right around the time of Revenge of the Sith coming out in theaters, and it's back in theaters right now for its 20th anniversary. So this is a story that takes place sort of after the events of the movie, sort of early on in the Empire. This is a really fun one-shot that I feel like a lot of people were talking about back when it came out, but you don't hear too much about it now. Again, there's a lot of great Star Wars comics Dark Horse did over the years, and now that Marvel's kind of been doing it for a while now, you don't hear too much about the old Dark Horse books anymore, but there's a lot of great stuff in here. My copy here I was able to get signed a few years back by the writer John Ostrander. We've got this great Adam Hughes cover here. And so this story kind of deals with Vader kind of hunting down some Jedi. So we've got our creators here. We've got John Ostrander, the writer, who, most people probably know from sort of reinventing the modern version of the Suicide Squad back in the 80s. And we've got art by Doug Wheatley, who has done some other really good Star Wars books back in the day. So here we start off with some clone troopers hunting down this Jedi in an alley. And he fights them and then runs into this other Jedi named Baltar Swan. And our little blue Jedi here is Master Choi. And so they're talking about kind of what to do now after the events of Order 66. The Jedi are scattered. They're on the run here trying to figure out what their next move is. Then we see Darth Vader here on Coruscant interrogating this young Jedi. And when he won't tell him where Obi-Wan Kenobi is, he just kills him outright. And then we see the Emperor here showing up, telling him that this Jedi can't tell him anything now that he's dead. Telling him not to obsess over the Jedi, where Vader tells him they could still prove a danger to the Empire. And so here at the end of the page, we have a clone trooper showing up, telling Vader that there is a Jedi gathering on Kessel, and it looks like Obi-Wan will be there. So again, that gets Vader's attention for sure. Then we see the Jedi sort of meeting at this spice mine, hiding out. And again, you see, not all of them are wearing their robes anymore. They all are trying to kind of blend in and kind of hide. And so they're kind of debating here what to do, what's the best plan of action for them here. And, one guy is saying, we need to kill the Sith. The others are like, we don't want to go down the path of the dark side. They're Jedi. And then they're debating, obviously the dark side is stronger if they've won, so they kind of bring up some good points in this debate back and forth. So this Jedi here, Shade, says that they are doing what she expected them to do, sit around and debate, meditate, and, never actually solve anything. So she mentions she made one final invitation here, and here on the next page we see she has let it leak out to Darth Vader that Obi-Wan will be here at this gathering of the Jedi. Now, even though they don't know why Vader is obsessed with Obi-Wan, they know, he's looking for him. And so they've kind of put that out there to lure him here. And so she's decided that they're just going to confront Vader here and kill him, and that will weaken the Emperor. So then we have Darth Vader busting through the door here, kind of sending it flying. And then we have the other Jedi starting to move on him now, and he kills this one right away. And, we get some good fight scenes here where Vader is kind of using the Force a lot. Again, you see that more in the comics and some of the other media than you did, in the movies, especially back in the day. So then Master Choi here, who, the Jedi that we saw at the beginning of the book here, he realizes we don't have a choice now. Now we have to stop him. So we see Vader kind of continue to fight some of these Jedi. Shade here uses a cortosis blade, which will render his lightsaber useless for a few minutes. So he attacks her with the Force, and then he kills her and then takes her blade to fight the other Jedi. As they're fighting him, they lop off his hand, which is just mechanical at this point. So again, not that big a deal for him. And so it looks like they've got him on the ropes here, and Vader surrenders. Kofi, this one aggressive Jedi here, is saying, this is a trick, we have to kill him now. They're saying, you know, we're Jedi, he's an enemy, he's surrendered, we can't kill him. So Kofi turns on this Jedi's lightsaber and kills her so that he can take the lightsaber from her and attack Vader. Vader force lifts his severed hand with the blade and runs him through with that. Then taking his lightsaber and going after the last 3 Jedi here. They're sort of using the Force to throw these different like canisters at him that he's swatting away. And they're sort of barraging him with, you know, items from around the room. And then, again, still here telling Vader to yield, even though obviously he's not going to at this point. But then we have some clone troopers show up and start firing on the Jedi. Choi leaps up to attack the clone troopers, and Vader holds him in the Force in place while the others are killed. And then the clone troopers start blasting Choi, and then he falls. Vader here asks the clone troopers why they're there, and they say that the Emperor has requested his presence. Again, you know, of course the Emperor knows what he's up to, even though he's not supposed to be here. So then, back on Coruscant, he's apologizing to the Emperor for disobeying him. Palpatine is telling him that he's already kind of spreading the legend of what this fight turned out to be, but now it's there's going to be a rumor spread that Vader hunted down a nest of Jedi and killed like 50 Jedi all by himself. Vader says that's not what happened. The Emperor says that doesn't matter, that'll drive the other Jedi further underground, and that he has to learn to purge himself of this obsession with the Jedi because they have work to do with this Empire. So yeah, just sort of a fun story here, really good. Again, kind of fills in a missing piece of sort of the early days of the Empire, and again, sort of like the Jedi Purge. They did a couple more specials, you know, one-shots of this. I feel like this is still the best one that they did out of these. Really good. Again, this was like a book everybody was looking for a while back in the day, but I feel like people have kind of forgotten about it maybe, or you just don't hear too much about it. But yeah, really good book. If you can find it, I'm not sure what it goes for these days, and I'm pretty sure that this is on Marvel Unlimited if you have access to that, you know, on their app if you want to read it that way. Because I'm pretty sure all the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff is on there, and I'm pretty sure I looked this up there before. But yeah, again, a really good story. I feel like if they had done this now, it would be like either a series or like a longer mini-series. But yeah, just a really good one-shot, one and done. But yeah, a really fun book from about 20 years ago now. And again, kind of tying into Revenge of the Sith, which, you know, you can go see in theaters again right now. So yeah, just a really good Vader story. Have you read this? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter/X @Detective651, also on Instagram @Detective651. Be sure to check out my t-shirt store at tpublic.com/user/Detective651. I've got a lot of nerdy designs on there, and there's sales all the time, so check it out frequently.